Hello, friends. Welcome back to Gecko's Gaming. I'm going to be playing some standard now because I'm qualified for the qualifier this month, and so I'm going to have to figure out a deck to play in a couple weeks. I'm trying this. I've tried a couple decks. I'll post a few videos with some of the decks I'm thinking about. This is the first one. This is a red-green Delirium aggressive kind of combo them out deck. You can. The idea is you come in hard, fast with some aggressive creatures, some early creatures. Meanwhile, you're incidentally getting Delirium by cantripping with like Commune with Beavers, casting sorcery that goes to your graveyard and gives you a creature. So these give you sorceries. This is an artifact and creature. You have a few cards that have dual types, which is really helpful. Enchantment creature, artifact creature, artifact creature. And then BC is kind of the key. 1 mana, 3/3, pretty good rate there, but you need Delirium for it to attack or block. But it also gives you Delirium. So we really hope to get him on turn 1 and then just start milling ourselves and getting there that way. And then once we have Delirium, we can really crank up the screws, put pressure on the opponent with Fear of Missing Out to get an extra combat step. Wicker Folk gets +1/+1 and trample. Beastie can start attacking a 1 mana 3/3. But most notably, we have Violent Urge, which is a 1 mana, gives him +1 power and first strike, which can be helpful sometimes for winning a combat that's crucial or something like that. But more importantly, 1 mana for double strike is amazing in this deck. So oftentimes, the most often way the deck wins is just by getting a finishing blow with Violent Urge, often combined with Overprotect to protect your creature, make it completely dominate combat and trample. And so, if you get double strike with Fear of Missing Out, get an extra attack step and that kind of thing, it can really end the game very fast out of nowhere. And that's what I like about the deck. It has that X factor of just, let's put pressure on them early, let's put them on the back foot, and then we can always threaten a combo kill immediately. Lastly, I want to talk about Tursa Light Shatter. This is our top end of the deck. We don't want to have very many threats that cost more than 2 because we want to put them into play with Breakout. If you can get a creature with more than 2 mana cost with this, but it doesn't go into battlefield right away, so then you're looking at some pretty bad tempo disadvantage with it. So, but Tursa's good enough to make the cut. She can attack, and she helps you get Delirium, and then when she attacks late game, if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you get to start casting spells from your graveyard, which is pretty awesome. Late game card advantage engine, as well as a good threat on her own. I like all the haste that we have in this deck. There's 8 haste creatures. And then I have just a one of fun of Screaming Nemesis. I just kind of want to try it in here. It's just a good card. It doesn't really do anything with our synergy, but I just kind of want to try it. Maybe it should be the 4th Tursa, but we'll see. Mana base is pretty clean. You don't really have problems with the mana. There's only 2 cards that come in tapped, and at least in the first 3 turns because you have Copper Lines, but only 2 lands that come in tapped, but they surveil you to help you get Delirium, and also fix your jaw, which is really handy in this deck. Interaction, we have Burst Lightning, just because having the option to go to the face is really awesome in this deck. Sometimes you'll combo off and get them down to like 1 or 2, and then they can stabilize from there. And so you can use this to finish them off. It gives the deck a little bit of reach, which it really appreciates. The sideboard, oftentimes post-board, so the weakness of this deck is that we have to get Delirium to, the deck can be downgraded by the opponent. It can be weakened if they are able to interact with our graveyard and kind of incidentally deny us Delirium. So there's a lot of Agatha's Soul Cauldron running around and things like that. So post board, I'm thinking often I'm going to try to go down on the Delirium package a little bit if I'm expecting a lot of hate. But, then we could bring in 4 Questing Druids to give us more grindiness. And then we have a number of ways to deal with different types of threats the opponent has, different types of decks. Witchstalker Frenzy is great if they have big creatures. Torch the Tower for small creatures, so like blue-black or mono-red or things like that. Help us. Then we have 6 1 mana removal spells. I have Soul Guide Lantern in here because I put this over Ghost Vacuum because getting it to go to your graveyard is super helpful. I've actually won some games sometimes just by cracking it just to get the artifact in the graveyard, and that's the 4th type. And then we can go off with Violent Urge and get Delirium. Heritage Reclamation and Paw Patch Formation. These are excellent, versatile interaction spells. I'm thinking Heritage Reclamation might be better than Paw Patch in general because there's not a lot of the Demons decks running around, which is what this was really good for. Being able to get their enchantment or their creature with flying, one of the big demons. Both of those in one is great. You almost never use the 3rd mode on this card. It's just doesn't come up that often. But Heritage Reclamation, you get to draw a card when you exile a card from a graveyard, which does come up quite a bit in this format. There's a lot of graveyard stuff going on, especially with Soul Cauldron and things like that. But it also has the option to start an artifact, which is pretty nice too. So, and then one last thing I want to talk about is Keen-Eyed Curator. Again, we're talking about there's a lot of graveyard in the format. So just having this card, being able to run this card main is a huge boon for this deck. That's one of the main strengths of this deck, is just being able to run this very powerful card in its own right, but that also just randomly hoses a lot of graveyard strategies that are out there. So that's the deck. Let's go ahead and jump into some games. All right, let's hop into our first round here. Kind of a bad hand, but FOMO and the Surveil helps it get there. I'm gonna give it a try. We'll FOMO to discard the excess lands, at least one of them. Okay, we're up against the mono white go wide deck. I haven't seen this one this season yet. Convoke. Yeah, this is actually kind of tempting to put this in the graveyard because it does get us 2 types. Yeah, let's go for it. I think we're our best bet. We got to kill this deck fast before it starts convoking and getting out of control. Okay, as long as this creature has 3 or more counters on it, it has Flying and Vigilance, tap 3 untapped creatures and their artifacts control put +1/+1 counter on this creature and scry 1. Okay, so they're doing that. And we're going to go ahead and break out. Get FOMO. Put it into play. Discard. I guess a forest. I might need 2 red at some point. And then I can... yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to attack both because there's an argument for keeping this untapped and blocking, but I think they're likely to just put the +1 counter on him and give it flying anyways. So even if they don't give it flying this turn, I can, yeah, I don't think holding back is gonna do much to interrupt their game plan. Okay, they're on full Jeskai, so 3-color Convoke. Our best bet is to just try to hit a trample effect and Nesting Bots. 1 mana, 1/1. Start your engines. When this creature dies, create a 1/1. Max beauty gets +1. Okay. Alright. And, so, I think they're dead here, actually. That's kind of funny. I feel like this was not a, like... yeah, I think they're dead. Okay. Because I do this... goes up to 6, and then I get 2 smacks of Double Stripe. So tapping out, I mean, all they had to do was not tap out, and they would have probably had this game in the bag. But since they tapped everything out, got pretty greedy there. I just get to kill them for free almost. I mean, that was wild. But that's kind of what's cool about this deck. I mean, like I said, the opponent thought they were pretty safe at 12 life. And... you know, just happened to not be. Alright, we don't have anything really for this matchup. So maybe I just want a couple Torch to Tower, some cheap interaction. I don't think this is going to be grindy to where Questing Druid's going to be good. Although even just maybe getting a 2 mana questing, putting him out on turn 2 and then growing him might be good here. Again, we're gonna cut Screaming Nemesis because, well, does this? I mean, they're white. I mean, does this? Is there much life gain in here? I don't remember. I haven't played Standard really since like Duskmorn, so I missed a lot of things that are happening. We want to keep the combo pieces. We're bringing in a couple instants, so cutting an instant would be reasonable, but I think I want all of my instants. Yeah, I'll cut a Nemesis. Curator is kind of slow when they're not doing graveyard stuff. But I don't want to go too low on creatures. I'll cut a Commune too. I mean, we're not going to have a lot of time to dirtle on the draw here against this deck. This deck's pretty fast, so. Let's go in for game 2. This is a keepable hand. Turn 1 Commune unless they have something we need to burst right away. And then we can break out on turn 2 or Wildfire. Wicker Folk. Warden of the Inner Sky. That's usually one that you want to remove right away, but I'm going to go ahead and pass and see if we can get them to tap out. Alright, let's just take it out now. And this is an interesting choice between Wicker Folk or Breakout. I think the Wicker Folk is about as good as we're going to do anyways in terms of what we want to hit with Breakout. It has base, so we'll do that. I want to try to put pressure on them here. I didn't play this set at all, this like race car set, so I don't really know what's going on here. Whenever one or more of your opponents loses life during your turn, if your speed is less than 4, increase it by 1. Didn't I only lose life once? How does it ETB give him that too? Oh, it starts at 1. Okay, gotcha. Yep. Alright, opponent is going off a little bit. Going off a little bit over there. And we're missing land, so not good. I could Commune to try to hit an untapped land and then Breakout. I think I gotta take some big chances here, so let's go for that. We got the untapped land, so that's great. It lets us break out right away. Let's see what we hit here. We can get a Beastie or another Wicker Folk. It's gotta be Wicker Folk, it's the only thing that does anything right now. Yes, we put it on the battlefield. And then we don't have good attacks because of Night Errant, unfortunately. So we'll pass. There's a lot going on for turn 3 already over there. Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, they got us this time. Not sure what there is to think about, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to lose this game for sure. Adakar Wastes. I wonder if there's any kind of one-sided sweeper type things we can do here in this deck. Because otherwise I just don't... I don't know. I mean, not a lot of people play this go wide deck, but I really don't have much I can do up against it. It's a tough matchup. We got lucky game 1. The opponent just, like, didn't respect double strike, so... Yeah, we're just like a turn or two too late here, so... I think there's maybe a chance still. but I would have to... Let's play Tersa. Discard up to 2 cards. I'm going to discard... Let's see. What will give us... Got Sorcery Instant. So I need to discard a creature. Curator. I guess I got to discard FOMO too. Hopefully we hit a FOMO with Breakout, and then we can still have a chance of winning. 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 5, 6... I just want to make sure I'm 9, 10, yeah, 13. So we're technically not dead yet. And this gives us a chance to combo them out next turn. If I break out into a, like... Oh wait, does this give something +1? Oh, okay, that's the game. Alright, GG. I mean, I just had to set up to give me the best chance. I had a very low chance of winning that game. But if I could have, like, break out into a FOMO or some other menacing threat and then Violent Urge, I still could have potentially won. So anything that we want to change up here? Nope. I think I'm going to keep it like this. Overprotect is marginal, but I think it's worth keeping just so we can combo them out, especially on the play. Trample is helpful. I'm thinking about putting that 1 mana +2/+0 trample enchantment in here because I would like a few, like, I think we could use some more enchantments for Delirium. It's like it's kind of like a new Rancor, but it's weaker. It's like green, aura +2/+0 trample, and then when it goes to the graveyard, you draw a card. I was thinking about playing like one of those in here. I'm not sure what I would cut for it though. Thinking about it, I should probably cut Curator in this matchup just for Questing Druid, because Questing Druid is just more versatile and it can get big anyways. Let's go with FOMO. And we'll discard probably Curator. No, we'll discard Commune. I need to hit lands and I don't need to... I can't afford to dirtle around. Okay, pumping the Warden. Scrying to the bottom. Maybe I should have kept Commune after all. I'm not hitting my land drops. Yeah, I probably should have done that and discarded the Keen-Eyed Curator. That's okay. If I FOMO, I can discard Beastie, get us closer to Delirium. Or I could just break out, which might put some more power and toughness on the board. Should be helpful. But it doesn't advance our Delirium plan at all, so we'll just put FOMO down. Discard Beastie. Try to get 2 types in there. Let's see how close we can get to Delirium. Some more Resolute reinforcements. Yep, Eos. Okay, you got the Recruiter. That card's scary. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So they can do 19 damage to us next turn if we don't do anything. I think I'm going to try to draw them into attacking and then go off with FOMO, but we need to get another type in the graveyard. We have artifact, creature, or sorcery, so we just need to get an instant down. Which I need both of these instants, kind of. I feel like puts us in a tough spot. Okay, we got another one back. We still need to hit lands, but if I can survive this turn, and if they tap out, like, attacking me, they're probably dead next turn. Yeah. What is this? Creatures you control get +1/+0 trample and haste. Pretty good. Okay. Okay, they're tapped out. Nice, we hit a land too, that's great. Good game. Yeah, the opponent just kind of needed to not attack there. Or not tap out as much as they did. Alright, jumping into round 2. Ooh, not a good hand. We could get there if we draw a land. But, not great chances of that. So, yeah, we got about 40% each draw. That's two attempts at 40%. I don't like those odds. We're gonna mulligan. Alright, keep this. And put back. Okay, we got. I'm probably gonna put back a Burst Lightning, honestly. It's a little risky. No, I'll put back Tersa. Because other than that, well, it's close between that and Burst Lightning, just because they could have a deck where Burst Lightning doesn't do much. But we don't have enough lands to hit Tersa, but we could really run out of gas this way. I'm going to put the Burst Lightning back. It's less essential to the deck's plan than all the other cards here, so. And they got the Mako to immediately punish us for making that choice, but that's alright. Okay, we're up against a Jeskai version this time. Oh, it's Oculus. Okay, sure, sure. Yep. Jeskai Oculus. Taken 2. We got Thorn-Spired Verge. So we can run that out. And, I'm going to Wicker Folk first, because Breakout next turn could be nice. Like, I could hit a... This attack. Yeah, because I could hit... With Wicker Folk, I could hit... Or, I'm sorry, with Breakout next turn, I could hit the Curator, and then I could immediately start exiling stuff from the graveyard. Oops, but it's too late for that. Alright. Yep, they got an Oculus. That all happened too fast. Way too fast. Alright, we're gonna break out. Got a Beastie that's not great. Put it into play. I suppose we still have like one more turn to try to do something. I do have the combo in my hand. We got Artifact, Creature, and Sorcery in the graveyard. Fortunately, yeah, so I mean I could overprotect the Beastie next turn and then just swing, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's see, it's 6, 7. 7 times 2 is only 14, so we're not going to get there. Alright, let's see if we can hit a Delirium with this. We did. But it's still not gonna... We're just gonna be a turn too late. Really, is what it comes down to. Right? Because 4 plus 3 is 7, times 2 is 14, plus I can block. Alright. Yeah, I have no plays, I'm dead in the air. GG. Just one turn too late, really, is all. But we do have some sideboard options. Lantern. The Paw Patch formation, yeah, I can hit Oculus when it's in play, whereas I can't with Reclamation. But Reclamation lets me interact with their graveyard. I don't know. I definitely want the Soul Guide Lanterns. Otherwise... We'll cut some Burst Lightnings. Sure, they have Mako, whatever, but that doesn't do much. I keep cutting Nemesis. I keep coming back to cutting Nemesis, so that might be an indication that it just shouldn't be in the deck, but we'll see. So do I want to try to exile a card, or try to destroy a creature with flying with these two? I also have Frenzy, which can take out Oculus, but it doesn't line up well because oftentimes it's hard to cast it before they get the value out of the Oculus. We're going to cut Burst Lightnings. Nonetheless, we're going to cut Burst Lightnings for some Frenzies. Let's try that. They don't have any artifacts or enchantments, notably. I mean, they do have the blue thing that puts counters on them, but that draws them a card when it comes in, so I'm not really interested in spending a card to remove it. Yeah, this is a keepable hand. It's pretty good. Need to play Forest first, Karplusan Forest. Put the Beastie out. Let's get things rolling that way. Next turn, we can play FOMO or Breakout. Let's see what I draw. Okay, Sorcery in the graveyard, Tursa. Kind of an interesting choice here. I don't know what to discard to FOMO at this point, so I'm actually just going to break out for that reason. Let's get something haste. We'll swing. Nice, we got FOMO anyways. That's great. We're going to discard the other FOMO. Get us close to Delirium. And we'll swing for 2. Next turn I'm probably going to... I don't know. I can either put the gas on with Tursa, keep the pressure going, or I could Keen-Eyed Curator. 3 damage to my guy. He's dead. It's mill. Got another sorcery in there. What do we need? We need artifact or land. So Tersa can get us there. Question is, next turn can they both discard and reanimate the eye? I think that they could, in theory. So, but I don't think I can play around that. I think I'd rather play Tersa and keep my game plan going. Discard. I'll discard a land. I think that's better than the Wicker Folk right now to discard. I could actually just discard both and then trigger Tersa. Let's do that. Discard both. Okay. Next turn we have the Curator and a Violent Urge. Violent Urge can result in some extra damage. Okay, they're kind of slow over there. They're not... Actually, they could still cast Helping Hand. Nope, they didn't get an Oculus in their graveyard yet. Yeah, I'll mill anyways. Even though I already have Delirium. Copperline Gorge, I kind of want to avoid that. Harmonize for 6 with that, so we're pretty safe on them doing anything problematic this turn. I could just get in for, what, 8? I think I'd rather save the Violent Urge, though. So, let's go ahead and swing. They don't necessarily know that Violent Urge is coming, so that gives us some advantage. And I'll play the Curator with 2 lands up instead of getting the tap land out. As I might want to activate him twice this turn and then start attacking next turn with it. When it enters, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard an instant or a sorcery or a creature with flying. Okay. Okay, they're almost dead. If I can get Keen-Eyed Curator going, they will be dead next turn. Okay, I think we're good. So let's get the enchantment creature out. And I guess this sorcery. And then all we really need to do then is just get a land with him. And then the opponent is dead. So let's do that. Get a land. GG, yeah. Opponent just dirtled, couldn't really get their thing going in time, so that benefited us. This time we'll be on the draw again. So, anything I want to change up here? The Steam Core Scholar. That's a tongue twister. Seeing that come out makes me a little bit more interested in Torch the Tower or Burst Lightning. Just get those 1 mana, 2 damage spells to clear the way early on. They do have the Mako Shark also. Taking a little drink of my coffee there. And let's see. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like a strong need to really switch anything up here. On the draw, with Stalker Frenzy, maybe not as good. I'll play Burst Lightning. We'll just play 1 for now. Yeah. Let's try this, I guess. I don't know. Those last couple cuts seem really close with a lot of things in here, so I think there's multiple ways that you can build this, configure this for this matchup. I'm trying to maintain a good amount of flexibility and versatility in my cards right now. Beastie, the timely Beastie, we love to see it. You love to see it. Boo. Okay, so they have the feared card in the graveyard, so we're going to Soul Guide this turn. Let's go ahead and commune first. I guess we'll take a land and play it. Play Soul Guide land turn and exile their Oculus before any nonsense can happen there. Lauren, sure. Destroy my artifact. We're gonna let's get rid of their Glacial Dragon Hunt first. And I will break out again. Break out Tersa. Ow, that's a big whiff there. That's a big, big whiff. Alright. Prof's eidetic memory. Okay. This is kind of nice. Tersa is going to be decent here, I think. Let's get a trigger. We got new beavers. I don't think I want to play that. I think I'd honestly rather just get a beastie down. Feels like I have what I need already. I think I did make a mistake last turn, removing the Lauren too early. It was a minor mistake. I don't know if it really matters that much. So let him get like an extra counter, I guess. Alright, things are looking bleak now. We got the Oculus in. Sure, I'll mill. Got FOMO. Play FOMO. Discard the Gorge. I'm looking for some trample here. If we can hit trample, I think we can potentially steal this game. Do I want to attack now? Probably not. Play the land. And we'll just hold back. I don't want to use my urge on Lauren, because this is like my best chance to actually win here. Is to get lucky with that. Just find them a spot where they let their guard down and we can get a big hit in with FOMO, extra combat steps, double strike. You know the drill. Okay, almost dead. Opponent's not taking any chances with that. I'm guessing they're going to attack with both. Okay. Never mind. I can't get around the Oculus trigger, unfortunately, to Frenzy. That's pretty rough, because it triggers the beginning of upkeep. The first opportunity for priority on my turn. I can't do enough to kill them, even if they don't block at all, so I'll have to pass. Bide my time for another turn. Hopefully we get like a Overprotect or something. All the timing of these things just are really frustrating, because he's going to get to put a +1 counter on Oculus before he attacks, like at the beginning of combat. So it's just all these things. There's always like tiny little near misses in this game that are just really adding up. Okay, he's putting it on that instead. Let's see what that turns out to be, I guess. Maybe another Oculus. Okay, 5, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I like have to burn the Violent Urge just to not die, so I guess we're doing that. Yeah, okay. I mean, we need a miracle. I don't think there's anything we can draw that we can get us out of this mess at this point, so... yeah, I mean, even that. I mean, it lets me draw another card at least. Okay, draw another card. Interesting, so... Next turn... We could get there. I could get there. I don't think I'm attacking here. I need to hold back to not die. But FOMO, 2 FOMOs and a Violent Urge can add up to a lot of damage. I'm not even sure how much exactly, but... Alright, never mind, we're just dead. Alright. GG. We tried. It was close. maybe closer than it needed it to be. Alright, so I made a couple quick modifications to the deck. Just want to go over it before we go into our last round here. I cut the Screaming Nemesis from the 3-drop slot, and I moved in a Questing Druid from the sideboard to where I had 4 in the sideboard before, but now I moved one of them into the main. Questing Druid has been really good so far whenever I've had it, and there's plenty of red spells to cast off of it. And it gives us a little bit of a utility early game. But more importantly, it lets us hit, it gives us another hit off Breakout. And just whiffing on Breakout is the worst feeling. So I wanted to get another 2-drop in there that's versatile and powerful and can steamroll. So I did that. And then the other thing that I did was with the extra slot in the sideboard, I added a Pick Your Poison, and then I also cut 1 Paw Patch formation for a second Pick Your Poison. I'm keeping the Paw Patch in here because it's still helpful against the decks that have, against like a Demons type of thing or that kind of deal. But generally, Heritage Reclamation is just better. The extra utility of exiling and also hitting artifacts has been a big deal. And then the other thing is that I'm just finding tempo is so important in this format right now. It's just very fast. I mean, you got Oculus is coming in on turn 3, and you just need to be fast. And so the 1 mana, I think, is a big deal. Pick Your Poison has plenty of hits in the format, and our deck, we want to be low to the ground. We want to be fast. We want to get the most out of our lands every single turn. And so I'm going to try a couple Pick Your Poisons in there, just for that tempo advantage. It also has the nice advantage of being a sorcery. So in terms of Delirium, it gives us a more diversity of card types to bring in post-board, and that can help us hit Delirium. So yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and hop into our next game. Alright, our opponent for round 3. It's a fine hand. I wish we could cast Commune with Beavers turn 1, but unfortunately we can't. That's just our life right now, so it is what it is. Okay, blue-black. Probably about my least favorite deck in the format to play against. Okay, we're just going to burst it in response. Try to erase some of their value there. This turn I'm just going to go ahead and lead with Wickerfolk. They could have a cut down, and they do. And they're going to use it. It's really good against Wickerfolk. But yeah, that is what it is. Sometimes they just have the thing. Artifact creature instant, so we need a sorcery in the graveyard, and then we have Delirium, so we're going to do Commune or Breakout to hit that. Let's go with Breakout. I got a Fear of Missing Out. Put that on. In terms of discarding, I'm probably going to discard Curator. It's a solid card, but against blue-black, they just have a lot of ways to kill it without me getting much value, so... Next turn, I'm probably going to lead with a Commune. Try to hit that other land, and then play Wickerfolk and get a big hit in. Alright. Yeah, let's get that land. It needs to be a green land, too. This is kind of risky, because... Yeah, we got... I mean, I gotta go for it. Okay. We got a tap land is the only option, so... That sucks. We'll play it. Fourth land is fine. Oof, this is an awkward draw. Yep, they're just gonna keep drawing a million cards with kicks, hitting me for 3. I mean, by a million I mean 2, but it seems like a million. Might as well be. So we're in a tough spot, and there's Kaido, my favorite card of all time.
Don't worry, Pom-Pom-chan.
Yep.
I've got this.
So we do have some good haste creatures, so we'll be able to kill Kaido right away. Let's break out first. There's another Wildfire Wicker Folk. Those are pretty sweet. Otherwise, a Kenai Curator. Seems decent as well.
Next time, I'll win.
We'll get to draw 2 cards this turn, but then next turn we can hit them pretty hard with Tursa plus Violent Urge. Okay, counter my thing, sure. If they don't have a removal spell, I think they're dead. And they do have one. No, they got that. Okay. So I'm gonna give double strike to. Okay. This guy's gonna tremble for 1. This will do 10, so it'll be. Yeah, okay. I have to do the urge on the Wicker Folk that's being blocked by Cecil. And then Cecil goes on the stack and it didn't deal damage. Wow. Okay, I could have killed him that turn. That was really stupid. Alright, my bad, my bad, my bad. Oof. Alright, yeah, I could have killed them because I could have given the other one double strike and then Cecil would have done the extra damage. I didn't think about that. I forgot that first strike would take away Cecil's ability to do damage in that respect. Okay. They can't really attack us, so I guess they can. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the Questing Druid, see if we get like an Overprotect or something. They're looking like they have a removal spell. So attack. Too late for that, you should have done that pre-combat. Yep, oops. Alright. I will accept that. We both made a mistake, so it worked out well in the end. Against this deck, I want the Torch the Towers and Questing Druids. There's probably a place for Wristalker Frenzy, because they do play Shield Dread sometimes. But I'm not super interested in that. I don't think Curator is good. They don't do any graveyard stuff, and it's kind of a big target that gets hit easily. I'll trim a Violent Urge. This seems like a good configuration. And just think one more time if there's anything I'm missing. They don't care about the graveyard. They don't have any enchantments. One thing I'm worried about is I think I have less creatures than usual. Because I cut 4 and I only brought in 3. It's probably not a big deal. If I wanted to, I could like trim Commune with Beavers and bring in another Curator. Sure, let's do that on the draw. Let's make sure we're getting out on the board. We don't want to dirtle too much. You don't want to draw too many of those Commune with Beavers. Plus, if I'm bringing in more non-creatures than if I'm cutting more creatures than I'm bringing in, then Commune has a higher chance of whiffing, so... Very similar to the last hand where we just have the Commune that we can't cast on turn 1, but it's still a pretty good hand. They often have 1-drops that they'll play, so Torch the Tower might hit their Fairy or whatever. Keep. Cecil, I can't kill that one with Torch the Tower. Okay. 2 damage to both of us. I don't actually mind that too much. Okay, they could have Go for the Throat, so I'm actually just gonna jam the Wicker Folk here. These decks usually play 4 of those, and this is immune to it. Counterspell, sure. Gets 2 types in our graveyard, so that's nice. Copperline Gorge. Let's go ahead and lead with a Commune. Beastie, sure. But I'm not going to play the Beastie quite yet. It's pretty tempting to play Fear of Missing Out. Although I don't have anything I want to discard right now. All these cards are good. So I'll play Breakout. Ugh. Oof, that's bad. That's bad. When Breakout whips, it just feels so bad. Yeah, okay. Well, we're screwed. So I guess I could exile Curiosity by like playing Beastie and sacking it, and then play another 2-drop. Feels so bad, dude. That's like a 4-for-1 with the Curiosity. Yeah, I get John on the card there too, sure. Oh, how embarrassing. The deck is just falling apart in this game. These blue-black decks, man, I don't know. Something about them, they just really bug me. Like, Kaido is just not a fun card to play with. Or against, or anything like that. Gix, yep. Put that in the bottom, we don't need more lands. Especially not tapped ones. So I could get a big hit in with Tersa here. I don't even care about their cards anymore. We're like way past that point of number of cards in their hand being relevant. Okay, Cecil flips. Spyglass Siren, sure. Yep. We have a lot of lands untapped. We just don't really have many options of things that are good to do right now, so we need more lands. So I think I'm just going to pass. And then, like, Questing Jude at the end of their turn. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 10, so I gotta block something. And, okay, I'm just gonna scoop and go to the next game. I already messed up. I should have killed the Fairy Mass Mine in response to that, and this game's dragging on too long. So we're gonna go to game 3. Let's see. Anything else I want to change going into game 3 here? I didn't see really any notable graveyard hate, so probably in the clear to bring back the 4th Violent Urge and just try to run them over that way. I like that plan. Bring back Violent Urge, we'll cut like a torch. And then, yeah, that seems good. Let's give it a whirl. Yeah, I can play around cut down by break out into like a 3-3. So let's try that. I do have that 1-3-3. Okay, dude, breakout is like really not okay. Ouch. How many times have we whiffed with that? Or what are the chances, man? We've got 6 cards. That's a little tilting. It is a little bit tilting. Not gonna lie. I'll just discard, like... Yeah, go ahead, use your removal spell, that's fine. I'll discard a torch. Let's try to get some more cards going. Next turn we... sorcery, creature, instant. If they counter this, then Wickerfill comes down with Delirium. So we'll get in for 4. Sphere of Missing Out needs to do a lot of work. And we keep drawing lands. Gonna run it back again, sure. We're getting in for some damage here. They're going to go to 9. Then hopefully we can stop drawing lands and draw some other cards. Still not in a good spot. They have a lot of cards in hand. They might be getting flooded though. I see they're thinking about activating Soulstone. That's a sign that they might be getting flooded. Okay, I'll play this, I guess, and then do nothing. My best chance of winning this game at this point might involve just letting the Soulstone get through. Well, I guess I'll block this then, if he's attacking with that. Alright, get that out of the way. Okay, another low impact card also. We'll just hold back for now. Try to stop them from drawing even more cards than they already have. Wow. Seven lands left in my deck, so at least we got the odds on our side at this point. Yep, we can draw 2 more cards. Pull in the forest in case I draw a Tessera, I guess I can rummage, get a new card. Yeah, I wish the opponent would hurry up and end this game because they obviously have like a sub 5% chance of winning, but sure, yeah, you can just draw like a dozen more cards. I don't even really care at this point how many cards you have. If I hit what I need to hit, then I might be able to steal this game, otherwise not. Maybe we can deck them. Alright, good game. Oh, and it's not. Like, I would wait for them to make a mistake again, maybe next turn, and try to capitalize on that, but with how slow they were playing, another turn could take 5 minutes, so I'm not going to do that just for like a 1% chance of winning, but I don't know. What do we think about the deck? I think that the deck is fun. And I'm going to try it some more. I'm not sure if it's competitive or not. I obviously got some really bad breaks of the draw there. Just whiffing multiple times on breakout. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep playing it. I like the deck. I like the modifications I made to it too. So yeah, we'll keep playing this deck. I think, let me know in the comments what you think if you think I should try playing this deck at the qualifier this weekend or this month, or if there's any decks you'd like to see me try. I'm gonna make I got a couple mono black decks coming, so that'll be cool. But yeah, I like this deck overall, and we just need maybe a few more games under our belt. I felt like I hit some bad variants there, so I'm not gonna throw the deck out quite yet, but we'll keep trying it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.